Hey guys, it's Michelle with PlanetWOW.club, and today we are talking about simple solutions for when you hear crickets, right? When your list isn't growing, your launch kind of falls flat. We all sort of have been here and or will be there eventually in our business, and we need to just kind of simplify the solution. So that is what we're talking about today. And if you guys are here live, I appreciate you being here live. If you're watching this later on, you might want to fast forward for another minute and a half while I kind of recap where we've been in this 31-day challenge. I just want to let you know what you might have missed if you're kind of coming into this midway through. So the first thing we've done is we covered on day one. I actually am not sure because I thought I printed it out, but it's not here, so I apologize. I'm not sure what we covered on day one. Day two was the 1 degree difference, but it's told in a way that is absolutely opposite of what you've learned before. Day three is what you identifying areas where you've been tolerating slow when you could be enjoying fast. Day four is stinking thinking, all about kind of getting out of our own mind and out of our own way. Day five is identifying and reaching your influencers, which is really, really important. Day six is to check your account balance to make sure you're not going with the withdrawal slip all the time. You're making deposits into your list, into your market, etc. Day seven is the 5-minute habit that will change absolutely everything in your business. Still begging people to do that. If you haven't started, go to day 7 and look at that. Day 8, seeing and slaying business monsters. Day 9 is creating your superiority statement, really justifying why you exist in the marketplace. What is it about you that sort of justifies the existence of your business? We've got to be able to answer that if we want to have tremendous demand for our work. Day 10 is a nice girl's guide to pimping her services. Day 11 is really looking at the people that you hang out with. Are they anchors or are they elevating you? Day 12 is simplifying business for success, looking at getting more people aware of what you do. And day 13, which is today, we're actually talking about getting more interest and demand for what you do. I want to give 2 shout outs. One to Liz, who is watching live. Hey Liz, I hope that you're feeling better. Liz had surgery yesterday. And I also want to give a big shout out to Lisa Smith, who has not joined us yet live. She won our most active member award for 2016, and she turns 50 today. So very excited to just kind of give those 2 shout outs. I wanted to tell you really quickly how this morning started, and it was so you know, super, I don't know, serendipitous, I guess, to what we're talking about today on day 13. But I was sitting there, all 3 of my kids were in the main room. Oh, happy birthday, Lisa. You are here live. So happy birthday to Lisa. So here's what's happening this morning. So I'm sitting in my great room, and all 3 of my kids are kind of around. CJ's on the couch, and Shelby and Summer are kind of getting stuff ready for the day. And so I say, I'm like, all right, I said, how's everybody doing this morning? Right? Like all chipper and excited. And no one says anything. Literally, like, Shelby doesn't speak, Summer doesn't speak, CJ doesn't speak, and he's the closest one to me on the couch, and so he kind of like grins, and he actually says, crickets, because I, was kind of putting myself out there and everyone ignored me. But sometimes that's sort of the way we feel, right, in our business. Like we can't even get people excited enough for a free offer, or to hear our pitch, or to be sold, right? We can't get them to sign up for a free consult or a free sample, or to even give us our email address in exchange for, a free whatever, right? First things first, if this is where you are right now, in whatever way, I'm not saying this is where you are in general in your business. It could be just this season. It could be a specific offer or a specific launch that kind of fell flat. It could be, I don't know, you used to have more demand, easier yeses, a lot more people excited about what you did than you do now. If you find yourself in any of these situations, this is going to be a really, really great video to watch. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through just the most simplified solution when you need more interest and you need more demand in your business. the first things first, you have to intimately know your market. Absolutely intimately know your market. If you go to BeMichellePippin.com and search like what you must know about your market, or search the word intimately, then you'll find some great articles, and I'll post a few in the comments below as well. But in order to get someone excited, you have to first know them intimately. I take great pride in knowing my husband, right? I take great pride in knowing him. I've taken the time to, and the interest to get to know him, what he wants, what he loves, what he craves, and he's done the same for me. So if Brad Pitt or Angelina Jolie show up at my door tonight, both of us might be distracted. Let's just put that out there. But because I have actively gotten to know my husband, no woman can compete just coming in. Right? Now, I do hope that Angelina Jolie or some other like supermodel doesn't take up the active interest that I've developed in my husband, because I might lose, right? But not on day one. Not on day one, because I know him intimately and he knows me intimately. We've gotten to know each other. And when you know someone intimately, you have an insane advantage over anybody else in the marketplace, right? So first things first, I want you to look at how intimately you know your market, how actively you're trying to get to know them. And, it's something that is a very genuine kind of thing, right? You want to know your market because it helps you compete, helps you become that go-to option. But there should be a genuine curiosity and interest in your market in order to make this really, really work, right? You want them to know that they are the object of your curiosity, that you want to know them more. And here's the thing that I want to ask is, do you have that same advantage that I have with my husband? Do you have that advantage with your market? If not, you can get it, right? When you know what makes someone tick, you can prepare something that's an absolute perfect fit for them, and that kind of makes them raise their eyebrows, gets their attention, and causes them to pause in their tracks. When you know people really well, when you know your market intimately, this becomes a lot easier to do. By the way, this is an ongoing process, right? Just like with people in relationships and friendship and marriage, like it's an ongoing process. So I want you to look at how you are trying to get the interest of your market. Whatever, when I was saying, is it a launch? Is it in general? Is it a free consult? When I asked you to look at that, I want you to kind of think about in your mind, okay, how am I trying to get them to raise their hand and show interest? What am I doing? What am I offering? What am I showing them, right? And here's what I want you to ask. Is it a perfect fit for them? And is it relevant right now today, right? Is it right now relevant? Here's how you know. Again, we're simplifying this, right? Here's how you know if the way that you're trying to get your market's attention, the freebie, the bait offer, whatever you're offering, right? Here's how you know if it's working, right? It's either working or it's not. Right? It's either building a tribe and generating interest and generating demand, or it's not. Remember, our goal this week is to simplify success. So let's not complicate this. If your tribe is not responding or showing an interest, they're just not that into it. Okay? So don't be fooled into thinking they're just not into you. They're just not into it. They're just not into what you have given, the opportunity, the offer, the package, the whatever. They're just not that, they're not into it as much as they need to be. So it's just a matter of packaging your interest or your free offer or your introduction in a way that, one, is a perfect fit for your market, and two, is relevant to them right now, relevant right now today, right? This is really important. So where do we go from here? If you're sitting here saying, you know what, you're right, Michelle, it's not working. The interest or the desire or the demand is not there like it used to be. Here is what we're going to do. The first thing is, can we repackage it in a different way, right? Same stuff, but can we repackage it in a different way? One thing that I've learned recently is that whatever you're asking people to do, or however, whatever bait offer, whatever freebie offer you're giving, it needs to be very short and easily digestible, right? And I'll give you a quick example from my own business. I used to have on my site, you'd give your email address, and many of you guys probably got this early on, the Rated R marketing report, a marketing report based on the marketing and sales tactics of drug dealers and prostitutes. That's what I gave away for free. And it worked like a charm for a long time. And then all of a sudden, like, it just didn't work, right? And I started, it wasn't exactly crickets, but it was pretty close to it, right? I would have traffic hit my site and people weren't opting in. And I needed something much shorter, much more pointed, much punchier, and a little bit less involved. And so I created like 10 profit hacks you can take now and for no money or something like that. It was much shorter and easily digestible. So that's the first way. We're talking about repackaging what you're offering to drive interest and demand in your brand or your product or your offer or your launch. The other thing you need to think about when you're thinking about repackaging is what you're offering, could it be made more micro focused, like uber specific? Okay. So something like, if you are selling social media tips or what have you, and you're selling it to coaches or consultants, a great uber specific kind of freebie might be making the most of social media on Black Friday when you don't have a Black Friday sale, right? That's something I consider. It's like, I'm not going to sell like the cheapo products or whatever, but I do want to compete, right? I'm looking at everyone and they're doing all these Black Friday offers that are for, Macy's or wherever we're shopping, Nordstrom's. And, I don't want to, I didn't do anything this year, but my point is I'd love for a social media expert to kind of do something that uber specific. That's something I would sign up for. And the third thing to think about in your packaging is, can you attach what you're already offering, right? We don't want to reinvent the wheel. This is about simplifying. So can you attach what you're already offering to something going on in the world of current events, right? So if you are, selling a free consult or a sample coaching session or something like that, is there any way you can tie it into being urgent because Christmas is coming up, or because of New Year's Day, or because of how busy people are, right? I've seen a lot of people really attaching their work to some post-election stress, right? Truth is, at least half of our country is going through a standard grieving process, right? Shock and denial, and then a few other things, and they're working through to acceptance. And I've seen a lot of people that are saying, hey, with all of this stuff going on, with all of these fears, with all of this XYZ, here is something that I can offer you. And here's the thing, same thing they've always offered. They've just tied it brilliantly to some current events. So that's another thing, right? Always look at what's going on in the minds of your market, what they're thinking about, what they're talking about, what they're seeing on social media, and try to tie your current offer to that. Just repackage it, rename it, make sure they know why, again, it's right now relevant. So here's another thing. So if your market is sort of gone stale on you, gone cold, or even worse, gone lukewarm, one thing is to repackage your interest offer, your freebie offer. The other thing is, could you offer it more often? Right? One of the things that I am quite guilty of is not offering my freebie offer enough. Right? Not offering it enough. I need to do it at least once a day, and I don't. Right? I do a lot of stuff here within Women Who Wow, within our Facebook page, but you're already here, right? We already know each other. What about people who aren't within the Women Who Wow world? I'm not actively out there getting their interest and driving demand out there, and I need to be. So here's some ideas that I am going to be really just re-upping myself. But one of them is having a call to action in every blog post or live stream, right? If you're watching this, then you need to go here and get X. Making sure that we're calling our people's attention to a different way that we can serve them. Creating more opt-ins and very, very specific sort of, hey, if you like this, you might want to download this. Inviting people to raise their hands and express interest in our business every single day. It's a commitment I'm making. I need to do so much better at that, not within the WOW community, outside the WOW community. But you need to be out there inviting people in. A lot of people I know, they will spend so much time on social media or blogging or whatever, and I've been guilty of it myself, and they never really invite people to take a next step, right? We need to be better at that every single day. We need to invite people to our bait offer using whatever bait offer we have, getting really specific about driving people to that offer. Again, as we covered a few minutes ago, if people aren't responding to it, that's a whole other problem, right? If you're driving traffic to a Start Here page and people get there and they don't start there, they're not putting in their email address, well, they're just not that into the offer. We need to repackage it, rebuild it, put it into a format that they get excited about. So that is our training for today. If you are hearing crickets, then you want to look at what your opt-in, your bait, your freebie offer is, and you need to not take offense. It's not that they're not into you, they're just not into that offer. We need to figure out why. We need to make sure that we are repackaging it in a way that is a perfect fit for our market, that requires you know them intimately. Look below this video for links to what we should know about our market. We also want to repackage it in a way that makes it right now relevant to that market. It has to be right now relevant. That means that one offer isn't going to last you the lifetime of your business, most likely, right? So we want to be willing to take that constructive feedback from our market, those crickets we might be hearing, and we want to say, okay, might be time to shake some things up a bit, right? And then we want to make sure that we're offering our demand offer, our bait offer, our freebie offer. We want to make sure we're doing it at least every day and in different ways, in different formats, so that we're catching people and we're reminding people who are engaging with us that there's a way to go deeper, something they could and maybe should be doing. So I hope this helps you guys. Tomorrow we are talking about getting more people. Yesterday we talked about getting their awareness. Now we're getting their interest, and tomorrow we're talking about getting to the yes. So that's exciting. That's where the cha-chings come in. That's where the money comes in. And if you are just coming into this video, I encourage you to watch from the beginning. We kind of recap what we've done in the first 12 days of this challenge. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it, and I appreciate you guys being here. Please say happy birthday to Lisa Smith. She's our most active member of 2016. She turns 50 today. Wish Liz Hodges a speedy recovery. She had surgery yesterday, and all of these people are in our Facebook group. So looking forward to more from you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. or maybe 9:45 a.m. Check the Facebook group, maybe 9:45 a.m. I'll see you there. Bye, guys.